What's up guys, this is Yasin, and it's been like 27,000 years since the last time I told you guys that I would be making a super quantum combo video and deck profile. For once, finally, I am here to deliver, and it's definitely some great support that we're gonna be getting in Duelist Advance. Allows like a lot of cards to be one-card starters. This deck is low-key quite consistent, even though it doesn't really look like it, because all the starters are completely different, and there's even some RNG in it, because Mouse or whatever, the Alpha, the level 1 monster that summons from deck, I think it's at random, but either way, regardless of how unlucky or lucky you get, every path leads to Rome. There you go, my favorite expression if you've been a follower of the channel for quite a while. Anyways, before we go any further, and this is gonna be a really nice one, obviously smash the like and subscribe button, that's a given, right? I trust you on this one, but most importantly, I have some extremely exciting announcements to make. I am proud to announce that I'm officially sponsored by Team Samurai X1, so it's been something that was kind of like a work in progress for quite a while, but now it is a done deal, so you can expect to see me wear the jersey when I receive it, so eventually, so it should be relatively soon, and also moving forward, I will be, of course, shouting him out on my videos, and I actually got some merch from him, so the deck boxes and everything, also got the play mats, and they look great, by the way. This is like great quality. This is the kind of thing you will catch me, using at YCS's moving forward. Like I said, it's absolutely beautiful. Use the coupon code YACIN10 for 10% off. The link to his website, tsx1.com, will be in the description box below. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so combo number 1 is going to be Super Quantum Fairy Zetan, and there are 3 variations, but we're going to assume that we're going to be summoning, I think, Blue Layer on this one. So yeah, effect is going to be sending the Alphen Spike in order to special summon the Alphen from the deck. Alphen Spike, its on-field effect is actual garbage, but the graveyard effect is really good. So you can banish it from the grave and one Alphen, so this monster very specifically, in order to activate the field spell from your deck. Anyways, Alphen is going to trigger its effect. So yeah, it reveals 3 super quant monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, and then your opponent randomly picks one for you to special summon on the field, and you send the rest to the grave. So again, even if you get unlucky, it should still work. But we're going to be summoning the blue, and then send red and black. Usually these are the 3 best colors that you can trigger off of this card, because the blue, it has a great effect on summon, but the effect when it's sent to the grave, it's not the best. However, red and black, both of their effects are great, so whether they're summoned or whether they're sent to the grave, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, we're going to be going Chilling 1, Chilling 2, Chilling 3, so search, and then the red layer is going to be reviving back the black layer, and the black layer is going to be searching a super quant spell from deck to grave. Sorry, no, hold on a second. Spell from deck to hand, there we go. And that is going to be the layer 19, preventing the invasion, the pitch black super quantum. Holy crap, I'm never going to be remembering this card's name. There's absolutely no shot. I've already forgot about it. And we're going to be searching the super quantum white layer off of the blue layer. And we're not going to be trying to summon it. It makes no sense. Banish the Alphen Spike as well as the Alphen to activate the field spell. This is an old card, so you should kind of know what it does. But not once per turn. You can discard a card and then target, like, transform one of your super quantum monsters into the Xyz monsters that, like, matches it, right? So you target, like, blue and then you summon Grampus. You target red and then you summon Magna Liger. You target white and then you summon whatever, you get the point. But most importantly, this card, if you have, like, your 3 super quantum mech beast Xyz monsters either on the field or grave, you can send this card to the grave and then transfer, like, overlay, like, the big boss monster that is, like, unaffected by card effects and everything on top of it, and it also keeps all the materials. So the more materials that big towers monsters have, the better it is, naturally. But yeah, anyways, activate your layer 19 in order to target whatever. So no, actually it doesn't target. So if you control a super quantum monster, you summon a super quantum monster from your deck in in defense position with a different original attribute for the monsters you control. Since we control water and dark, we can summon red. And red on summon, it can recycle back a super quant card from your graveyard to your hand. So that is going to be the Zetan, which kind of does matter because it can give our boss monster like 1 extra material. It will come up very soon. They activate your field spell in order to discard your white layer in order to evolve the blue into Grampus, and then trigger white layer to search the Alphen from deck or graveyard to your hand. But we banished the Alphen, so we're going to have to like deck thin a little more and kind of just go neg, but it's fine because the blue layer can also just recycle back your resources, so it's fine. It's kind of like a Daigusto Emerald, but at home because you don't draw a card. You activate the effect of Zetan, so if you control a super quant monster, you can special summon from the hand, and then you can make its level become the level of a super quant monster you control, and then we're going to make it level 7, and then overlay for the Mech Beast Lusterex. I don't really know the names really well, but whatever, it's not really relevant. So the Grampus has 1 material, this has 2 materials because it was like actually Xyz summoned, and then we're going to be going field spell again to transform the red into Magna Magna Liger, and then activate the field spell on the field, so send it to the graveyard. Overlay King Great Magnus on top of everything. It has 7 materials, and this is where it gets really interesting. If it has 2+ materials, once per turn during the main phase quick effect, you can detach material in order to shuffle a card on the field into the deck. So it's non-targeting, non-destructive removal. It's insane, but it's once per turn and only on the main phase. It is unaffected by card effects except super quant cards, and your opponent cannot add cards from the deck to the hand except your opponent cannot add cards from the deck to the hand by card effects, which is ridiculously broken. So yeah, it's basically a mistake that is unaffected by card effects except for super quant cards, and it can also shuffle back stuff. It's kind of like a quick effect Ignister Prominence. Ridiculously overpowered. If you summon this, it's really hard to lose, and it's also a 1-card combo off of Zetan, and there are 7 materials underneath, so that's pretty nice. But anyways, let's get into combo number 2 now. So this combo is going to be a little different, but we're going to have a blue layer as well as any discard, and we're not going to be summoning blue layer off of the Alphan. But yeah, anyway, summon and then search your deck for Zetan, and then special summon Zetan, and then effect send the Alphan Spike for cost, and then summon the Alphan, and then Alphan effect reveal the black, the red, and the white layer, and regardless of which one you score, it's gonna be fine. So we're gonna be going black layer effect. This time we're assuming that this is the one we summon, and on summon we can overlay like super quantal mech Xyz monster on top, and then attach a super quant monster from the grave to it as a material. So it's actually a really good card. And also the red layer is going to be reviving back the white layer, and the white layer is going to be searching the Alphan. This deck has like infinite graveyard effects. It's really impressive. But yeah, summon the Magna Liger and then attach the red layer underneath, which obviously gives you like more recursion in case like Great King Magnus or something dies. Like you go effect, and then you trigger like 67,000 effects. It's quite impressive. But yeah, banish the Alphan Spike to activate your field spell, and then discard your Alphan to transform white layer, there you go, I'm really stupid, into Lustrix, and then discard another card like your discard in order to transform the water into Gramples. And then yet again, we're going to be making a 7 material King Magnus, which is the exact same thing as combo number 1, but instead of Zetan, it is blue layer and call by, assuming that you summon black layer off of the Alphan, because again, there is a little bit of RNG every single time. Okay, last but definitely not least, this is a combo where you have super quantum white layer with any super quant monster that isn't a light attribute, so basically not Alphan and not white layer, and any discard. So we're gonna be going, okay, effect discard for cost, and then effect on summon because it is a foolish burial. So honestly, all of them are great cards. But yeah, this is gonna be foolishing for the black layer, and black layer can search the layer 19 quick play spell, and then we can use that to special summon a super quant monster from deck. This is going to be the blue layer, which can search a super quant card from deck to hand, and Fairy Zetan is a great card to search. We're not going to be special summoning it right now. We're going to be normal summoning it, and then effect send the Alphan Spike for cost, summon the Alphan, and then Alphan effect reveal red with black and white, if I recall correctly. There you go. And we're going to assume that this time we summon red. So the first combo we summoned blue, and then the second combo we summoned black, and this combo we summoned red. And again, every path leads to Rome. Everything is full combo, so who cares? Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3. So the white is going to be searching the Alphan. The red is going to be recycling back the Zetan. And the black is going to be... Hold on a second, we already used that effect. Never mind, I'm stupid. Yeah, banish the Alphan Spike, activate the field spell, and then discard the Alphan, transform the Magna Liger, the red layer into Magna Liger, and then special summon the Zetan, and then obviously make it level 7 so that we can overlay with the white layer in order to make the Lustrix, and then discard your final card to transform blue layer into Gramples, and yet again transform all 3 monsters into King Great Magnus. So again, every combo should be the same thing because this is the best thing that this deck can do. It's not like I'm trying to make IP with like a Lustrix or like a Magna Liger. It's not that it's garbage, but it's not good enough, and it's not the best usage of like your cards. And also the Link 3 monster, it's not like super insane, but every now and then you're gonna have like weird hands where you're gonna have to kind of settle on somewhat of a half board, and you're not gonna be able to do this, for example. Alright, for the deck profile, and this is actually shockingly very consistent, by the way. There's a lot of starters in this deck, like way more than 12. So we got 3 blue layer, which is obviously a starter, as I've showcased. 3 Zetan, again, another starter. 3 Alphan, which is also a starter, but it's just like a really awkward card. But Emergency Teleport is broken because you special summon the no, hold on a second. You summon blue layer, and then you can use your normal summon on like Zetan or Alphan, so it's a little different. But yeah, Alphan is still a good card. It's obviously still gets your stuff going because it foolishes 2 cards and then it summons like the 3rd one. So it's such an incredible card. But yeah, well, obviously if you guys like if you guys show interest and if you guys smash the shit out of this like button, I will be making even more combos than this, potentially like a detailed spreadsheet that is like a free video, like 30 minutes, like compilation of all the combos. Y'all, all you have to do is like smash the like button. If we can get to 1,000 likes, let's 12 great starters, and then there's 1-for-1 that can summon the Alphan and also the Zetan. They are level 1 monsters with 0 attack and 0 defense, so in theory you could search them with P-Erase map. It's not necessarily terrible, but you're also not really trying to normal summon them, and you have like enough normal summons already, so I don't know. But if you have blue layer, then you can special summon the Zetan if you draw it, or like obviously Alphan and Zetan. Zetan is not useless, so. And then 3 white layer, which is kind of like a starter. If you draw this and like a black layer or red layer, it should also get your stuff going. And speaking of which, 3 black layer, this is like theoretically kind of a hand shop, potentially on turn 0. So obviously on top of like your 12 hand shops, black layer can summon itself on turn 0 when your opponent activates a monster effect. You gotta discard a card, and then you summon your Super Quantum Mech Xyz, and then you can attach like white layer or whatever, and then this can negate like a monster effect before your turn even started. But it's not gonna come up too often. Like you need black layer and white layer, but it could actually be really nasty, and you can get like crazy advantage, like I said, before anything happens. So yeah, this card is I think still worth playing at 3, and then 2 red layer, because this card technically does nothing on its own, so it's not like white layer that is at least like a semi-starter if you draw like another super quantum monster. And then obviously the 1-for-1, the 2 copies of layer 19, so that this always has something to search, but it's also such a great card, so I think overall it's the kind of card that you're trying to play anyways. Super Quantum Alpha Spike. This is literally a Garnet, actually. You really don't want to draw this because it means that you won't be able to send it off of no, sorry, not the Alpha, the Zeta, and this is the one that sends. And yeah, this is this does a lot. But yeah, if you draw this, like, you're gonna have to find a way to like discard it, and I can't think of anything because this is the card that is trying to get the field spell, so it's not like you're like you understand what I'm trying to say. But anyways, for the hand shops and non-engine cards, 3 Zuna with the Lupus, because this deck does play red layer, so you can like inherently make rank 5s, and you can use your K9 stuff to make the Magnet Liger, so that it becomes a little easier to make your Great Magnus. So maybe this could come up actually. 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Imperm, very flexible, and then Called by the Graven Talent. So yeah, we're still playing, you know, like 14 whatever-ish non-engine. And it's like I said, it's a great deck, very consistent. I mean, it's playable going first and second. It's not like the kind of deck I would really expect to, like, you know, win a YCS, but honestly, if this stops the YCS because it catches everybody off guard, and if people don't have an out to King Great Magnus, it definitely could happen. I could absolutely see it. And a card that's basically like a Colossus that is unaffected by card effects and can shuffle back stuff into the deck. Every deck is scared of this. It's not like anything can beat this realistically. And then yeah, for the extra deck, 1 Zeus, one Typhon, 1 Zeus. Obviously, this is an Xyz based strategy. I tried making like 7 Tachyon work in this deck, and by I tried, what I'm really mean to say is I thought about it for like 1 second until I realized that the levels don't actually make sense. Red layer might be searchable. That's the only one that works because of the Battling Boxer rank 5. And yeah, that's it. Because there's no rank 7 number 101 between 107. Would have been so nice if you could like, if there was like a number or like 101 or C101 that was like randomly ranked like rank 1 for these, but unfortunately not, because I really don't mind being under like the Xyz lock, but P-Race map is just like, it's just such a bad card unfortunately for this deck, so it's what I'm trying to avoid. But yeah, 2 Great Magnus, 2 Lustrix, 2 Magnet Liger, and 2 Grampus. By the way, notice how I'm not playing Green Layer and its corresponding Xyz monster, just because I think this is like the worst one to play for sure. But honestly, this is something that at any moment someone could really change my mind. If there is like an application where when you draw like way too many super quantum monsters, you normal summon this, you start summoning your monsters from the hand, but the effect when it's sent to the grave is actual garbage. Like, it's really bad. You discard a super quant from the hand to draw a card. It's just not good enough. It's not even a +1, unless you have like way too many useless cards and you really, you know, have to start triggering their effects when they're sent to the grave so that you can start playing. But I think this is like the only one that you don't really need. It's kind of like Prassiortal and Crystron. Sometimes it does feel really good. That's the reason why, you know, it might still be a consideration when you draw way too many super quantum cards, but sometimes it really just doesn't make sense because whatever, it does nothing on its own. And yeah, obviously 1 Ripper, 1 Valon the Psychic Scablaster, the Link 3 monster. I do know what it does, but honestly it's not like insane. It's just like a very meh card. Like, I'm trying my best to like not rely on it, but every now and then you're gonna have to do it, and you can actually summon it on your opponent's turn using IP and at least 1 Super Quant monster, because it's a Link 3 and it doesn't need like 3 Super Quant monsters. Otherwise it actually would have been garbage. And yeah, like I said, its effect is theoretically really good. And then yeah, obviously IP and SP. And yeah, it's even better when it's undestructible by card effects, because that's like extra disrespect on your opponent, because it can already not be destroyed by card effects. So if you summon it with IP, then it's like double undestructible by card effects. It changes nothing to your life, but at least you have like some extra flex points. And you know, it's really just there for the disrespect, like I said. And for the idea section, it's really just, you know, the CXC's Nashinide with Nashinide, Umbral Horror, Masquerade, right? Otherwise it's not gonna work. Erase map, like I said, dog shit, Foolish Burial, another layer 19, and more Magna Carrier with like terraforming if you really want to brick and make this deck become unplayable. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about almost forgot the name of this deck for a moment. Like I said, it's been a long day. About Super Quantum in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.